Hello, this is the trade site Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 2nd of February, 2020, ending Friday the 7th. Here's a look at the dollar index. Still stuck middle of the range for the last year. We have been in a very poor range, obviously, as we know, but we did get some action on Friday. That was nice. We had a couple good winners this week. Let's go through the daily charts of the major pairs. I got the euro dollar, again, the inverse of the dollar index, came up on Friday. Pound up Thursday and Friday. Had a continuation play that carried over, which was nice. Aussie dollar basically breaking the lows. This is a breakdown point here on the Aussie. To watch that, that could be interesting. Could be a play there. Euro yen, very flat week. Pound yen, very flat week. Pound Swiss, a little bit of an uptick, not much. And the New Zealand dollar pair moved down as well. So the Aussie and New Zealand heading lower. Let's look at 30-minute candles so we see the whole week. And as you can see here, the euro dollar was basically in a 50 pip range Monday through Thursday, and then Friday it made the move. So the whole range for the week is about 105 pips, which is still pretty poor. Pound dollar, much better here. We got 220 pips range of the week. Thursday and Friday, good move. Tuesday had a good move too. So we had some decent winners on the pound for the week. Kept us green. Let's go through the economic data. There is a lot. This is a big one. So let's talk about what's coming out in the week ahead. So on Sunday, we've got the AIG Manufacturing Index out of Australia, along with the MI Inflation Gauge, building approvals, and job advertisements numbers. Final manufacturing PMI out of Japan, China's CAC-SIN manufacturing PMI, then Australia's commodity prices, Spanish manufacturing PMI, Swiss manufacturing, same for Italy, France, Germany, the broad European sector, and then the UK, all in a row within an hour and a half on Monday. Canada then puts out the same number, and then we put out the same number here in the U.S. at 9:45, and then at 10 o'clock, the ISM Manufacturing Index. Construction spending. Later in the day, our total vehicle sales and our loan officer survey. Then going into Tuesday, Monday night, building consents out of New Zealand, monetary base out of Japan, a rate announcement out of the Bank of Australia, 10-year bond auction out of Japan, French government budget balance out of Europe, Spanish unemployment change. This is all on Tuesday. Construction PMI out of the UK, PPI and CPI out of Europe. Factory orders here in the US at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. TIP economic optimism number comes out at some point during the day. We've got Australia's AIG construction index, New Zealand's unemployment rate and employment change numbers, labor cost index out of New Zealand, ANZ commodity prices out of New Zealand. We've got the CAC-SIN services PMI number out of China. Now we're into Wednesday. The SECO consumer climate out of Switzerland. And then we've got the services PMI numbers out of Spain, Italy, France, Germany, the broad European sector, and UK. Retail sales out of Europe. ADP non-farm employment change out of the US. That's here at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Trade balance, one of our big three out of US and Canada at 8:30. So we'll be half-sized Tuesday night going into Wednesday ahead of that. Final services PMI number out of U.S., ISM non-manufacturing PMI out of the U.S., crude oil inventories here in the U.S. Going into Thursday, New Zealand's on a bank holiday, retail sales out of Australia, trade balance out of Australia, 30-year bond auction out of Japan, German factory orders out of Europe, French 10-year bond auction out of Europe, challenger job cuts here in the U.S., preliminary non-farm productivity here in the U.S., preliminary unit labor costs, the unemployment claims. We got natty gas storage here in the U.S., AIG Services Index, average cash earnings and household spending out of Japan going into Thursday night, Friday. RBA monetary policy statement out of Australia. That's their Bank of Australia, the statement from the meeting earlier in the week. Inflation expectations out of New Zealand, trade balance out of China, leading indicators out of Japan, German industrial production and trade balance, French industrial production and French trade balance, along with their preliminary private payrolls. Swiss foreign currency reserves. UK has their Halifax HPI. Italian retail sales. And then here in the US, the unemployment rate, and along with Canada's. So that's another one of our big three. So we'll be half size ahead of that as well. And then at 10 a.m., the final wholesale inventories and consumer credit at 3 in the afternoon on Friday. So lots of data. The big ones for trade balance and the unemployment rate. Yeah, that's it. We'll see what we get. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.